So I just completed an amazing photo shoot with an amazing photographer. I mean, look at some of these pictures. I don't think I've ever looked this cool in pictures before. And so I thought I would come on camera and do a video talking about brand photo shoots and giving you 5 tips on how to have a successful one for your brand. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So first and foremost, know why you need these images. I've done radio interviews, magazine articles, online magazine articles, newspapers, podcast interviews, online summits. Every time I've done one of these things or I've been featured in different types of medium, they always ask me for some sort of headshot. And so at this point, I kind of just send them like a whole folder and they can choose whichever one they want. And depending on the article, like there are some magazines, they'll choose a whole bunch of pictures. Sometimes they'll just choose one picture. But the point is that I want to make sure that all the images that are being produced in the online space are representative of my brand. Meaning that they're not selfies that I'm taking with my phone. Those are great for Snapchat, even the occasional Instagram post, you know, to kind of let your tribe know what you're doing and keep them in the loop. But when it comes to more professional appearances and professional engagements, you're gonna wanna have professional photographs. So it's really important to have them. So number one, know why you need them. And the second thing to having a successful brand photo shoot is to know your brand. And this is a common, I guess, question that I have about a lot of different brands, because sometimes I will see their brand and the photo shoot will be like in a random place, like a park. And I know that parks are free, and so it's easy to take pictures there. But I don't see the connection between what their brand actually is and then shooting in a park. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Because like if they're a business coach, for example, why are you shooting in a park? Or if they are, I don't know, like a cosmopolitan fashion kind of person, why are you shooting in a park? You know what I'm saying? Like if your brand is cosmopolitan, if your brand is urban, then shoot in urban environments. If your brand is more green and more like, you know, peaceful and serene, and those are the emotions that you want to evoke with your brand, then yes, shoot in a park. Green is perfect, right? And so it's really important to kind of have an idea of what your brand is so that the pictures that you have are brand appropriate, so that they're niche appropriate. If you're a chef shooting pictures inside of your closet, not gonna be brand appropriate. You want like a nice gourmet kitchen, you know, that's going to show people what kind of brand you have, what kind of business you have, what you're producing for the world. Whatever the case is, you want to make sure that you know your brand well so that we can move on into the next step, which is finding a photographer. Now, this can be a little bit difficult because there are literally so many photographers out there. I'm going to say find the best photographer that your budget can afford. Yeah, you can go onto Groupon and you can find, you know, some photographer who's selling their services for like $29.99 for like a 1-hour shoot, but that's probably not going to give you the kind of pictures that you're wanting for your business. Now, if it's in a pinch and you kind of need something really fast, sure, go for it. But just know that your pictures are going to be an investment in yourself and in your business and in your brand. And so you want to find someone who understands what it is you're trying to produce. Are you trying to produce wedding photography? Are you trying to produce acting headshots? Are you trying to have, you know, lifestyle kind of things? So usually different photographers will have different specialties or areas of specialization. And so ask them, ask around, ask your friends, ask your Facebook friends, ask social media, you know, start to Google and get some recommendations. Look at photographers' portfolios to see if they're capturing ideas that you feel like resonate with who you are and who your brand is, so that you're choosing the right person for the job. And then we move into the next one, which is to make sure you discuss the concepts with your photographer first. Because I've definitely worked with photographers where you know, I kind of have explained, or I wasn't really, maybe I wasn't clear, I'll take the blame. Maybe I just wasn't very clear on what I wanted. And then I would get the pictures back and I'd be like, yeah, this is not what I wanted at all, you know? So make sure that you discuss ahead of time. I mean, as I've grown in my brand and as I've grown in my business, I think I've learned to be very clear because, you know, this is your time, these are your resources, and you wanna make sure that it's going into the right thing. So discuss any concepts ahead of time. Have some creative ideas, talk to your photographer about it. If you're like, I wanna shoot a picture, you know, on top of the Empire State Building, is that possible? And they can say yes or no. Or I wanna shoot it on a bridge, I wanna shoot it by a beach, I wanna shoot it, you know, while I'm swimming underwater in a pool, whatever your concepts are when you're thinking about your pictures for your brand, see if it's something that the photographer feels comfortable with producing. Make sure that you guys are on the same page before the camera goes click. And then lastly, I want to say that in order to have a really successful brand photo shoot, you kind of have to know your angles. Now, when I'm filming video, I have the viewfinder out so I can actually see myself. I know what I look like. I can adjust my hair if I need to, right? But when someone else is on the other side of the lens and you can't see anything, there's no monitor, you have no idea what you look like, it's really important to kind of practice ahead of time and know like what poses you want to do before, you know, you're just wasting time. Because a lot of times photographers will charge either by the hour or by like a bulk of time. And so you want to make sure that you're not wasting your time and their time. So show up to the set kind of having an idea of what you want to look like. Now, for me, for example, this is what I consider my good side. So a lot of my pictures, you will see me facing this way. A lot of them are smiling here, you know, because this is what I think my good side is. And so a lot of times that's how I will pose. I will naturally pose over here. I know to tilt my head. I'm not going to go like this where people can see up my nostrils. I'm not going to go like this where my forehead looks extra large, right? So I practice all of those things in the mirror before I actually get onto the photo shoot. I wear the outfits that I'm going to wear, so I know how I'm styled, and so I know like how I want to move. Like if I have a dress on, for example, then I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to sit different. I'm going to stand different. You know, if I have on a particular heel, like what looks best with my foot kicked up, my foot out. So practice all of your angles and all of your poses before you actually get on set, because if you can see them and you can kind of test them out with like even, you know, just doing it yourself or have a friend like snap pictures with their phone, then you can kind of create the shapes that you want and then recreate them when you're actually on the shoot. And this is like an honorable mention. I didn't have this for my shoot. I generally don't for my shoots, but again, honorable mention. If you can, have somebody there with you, like have an assistant who can help you, a friend, bring them along who can like help point out if your hair is out of place. Obviously, if you have a makeup artist, having a makeup artist with you on the set is always good. I usually do my own hair and my own makeup. I style myself. I do everything because again, it's me and I want to make sure that I'm me in all of my photo shoots. So that's something that I do. But if you're not comfortable with it, then know the people that you need to have when you're doing your photo shoots so that you can have all the pieces of the puzzle in place and you come out with something really, really beautiful. Okay, so a recap. 1, know why you need brand photo shoots. You're gonna need them because the bigger you go, the more mainstream you go, the more pictures you're gonna have to send out. 2, know your brand. Know exactly what's going to look good and what is going to be a good representation of who you are in the online space or in the print space if you're doing like more print ads. Number 3, find a great photographer, hire the best that your money can buy. Number 4, discuss any of your concepts, any of your creative thoughts before you actually get on set. And then 5, know your angles, know your poses, know exactly what you're gonna do with your body when you get in front of the lens so that when they're clicking, you're comfortable and you're good. Got it? So now everyone's gonna go out and have really amazing brand photo shoots. Send me your pictures, tag me on social media because I wanna see them. Again, my photographer's information is down below. So if you're in South Florida, check her out. She's awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.